Hi, Jefferson.
Hello,
How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing well, thank you. If you noticed, I moved my desk into a different room, so now I have a different background. You can see lots of doors behind.
Yes,
These are my
let's
closets,
see it.
closets, and bathrooms on that side, and the kitchen's on the side, and a very long hallway.
Very
I have a
beautiful.
lot of space in here, a lot of space. And
Yes,
right now, she is sleeping, but sometimes you can watch my cat do crazy things back there.
lovely.
So I saw you last around the 5th. Was that right? Let's see. Cambly says we met on the 5th
Yes,
and that we
2 days
worked on
ago.
IELTS. Yep. Is there anything new
How?
happening in your life?
Mm, no, I'm just studying over the
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
And how about the weather?
The weather now, they just took it off. It was chilly this morning. I think we were probably about -5, but now it's probably gone
Yeah.
up to, I don't know, maybe 5 degrees or even 8 degrees. I don't know. Yeah, it's quite pleasant.
Okay.
For winter,
I
it's
saw
quite nice.
I saw a storm in the northeast of the United States, some states like
Yes.
New York or something like that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I thought it would a little cold.
It missed me. It missed me. Yeah, I'm very thankful. But I also read that in the Northeast they had snow for a couple of hours, but because it's warm, it melted very quickly.
Yes,
Yeah.
so it's a little danger to go out.
For a couple of hours. Yeah. By tonight or
Yes.
tomorrow, it's okay. Yeah. Not a big storm, not compared to some of them.
It's so
Okay. What
beautiful to
else do you
see.
know about my country?
Sorry,
What else do you know about my country? You
I saw some
probably
news
know
about.
more than I do.
Do you think so? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't follow the news at all. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, I saw on the television. So they have a part of the time they speak about foreign news. So they
Mhm.
talk about Europe, then United States, and some things related to the war in Israel and Ukraine. So they take a little time
Mhm.
talking about that. So United States is related to these things, so
Mhm. Yeah, international
they
news.
have to talk about it. Yes,
Mhm.
so
Mhm. Mhm. Okay.
that's quite interesting.
Let me see. Yeah. Did we finish mock test 1?
Yes.
We did. Okay. Would you like to continue? Do you want to do another one, or do you want to go topic by topic, part by part, or do you want to do something totally different?
Um, I have no idea.
What did you think about the mock test?
As as as
How
long
did you?
as long we talk, it's
Uh-huh.
the important thing.
Okay. Okay. So let's do. Let me see what else they've got on here. Let's do. We did the one test, so let's start with part one and go in depth a little bit more, and then next time we'll do part two and go in depth
Okay.
a little bit more, and then
Okay.
part three. Um, the way that Cambly has structured the IELTS practice, they go like part one, one topic, and then the same topic, part two, and then the same topic, part three. So there are 10
Yeah.
different topics. No, sorry, there are 8 different topics. And I'm going to let you choose because you're going to see this for 3 parts. So you want it to be kind of interesting for you. Holidays and vacations, art, education, news and media, nature and environment, friends, food and restaurants, technology. And I'm happy to read them again, or unless something just jumped out at you.
We can talk about friends. It's
Friends?
a it's not a heavy thing to talk about like
Okay.
news.
Okay. And here we go. So we briefly talked about this last time. Part one is 4 to 5 minutes, 3 topics, 12 questions. Part two is 3 to 4 minutes, 1 minute to prepare a 1 to 2 minute talk. And then part three is 4 to 5 minutes, and you will have broad questions. In this lesson, we're going to be focusing only on part one, which is 3 topics, total of 12 questions.
Yeah.
And please review the vocabulary. Read the words for me so I can check your pronunciation and intonation. Start
Okay.
with the nouns.
Miscommunication, obstacle, custom, routine.
Hmm.
To meet up, to get along,
Keep going.
once in a lifetime, and common, to enjoy each other's company, to keep in touch, on the other hand, as often as what is more.
Okay. Are there any that you are not familiar with yet?
Mm, no,
Okay.
no, I'm okay.
There we go. So here is the tip for today. Expand your answer. For example, here's the question: how important are friends? And they give three different answers: a good, a better, and a best. So I want you to read the good one, then read the better one, and then read the best one.
Okay, friends are very important and support. Friends are extremely important. They give you support and keep you from getting lonely or bored. Are you hearing me well?
Yes, yes, I can hear you well. Mhm.
Okay. Having friends is crucial for developing relationships with others and get emotion and social support.
Okay. And what's the difference between the three answers?
We put more details.
More details and higher vocabulary.
Yes.
Mhm. And using modal verbs in your answers. This is tip number two. Modal verbs are used to express permission, ability, obligation, prohibition, possibility, and probability. And they give a box of what are called modal verbs: can, could, may, blah, blah, blah. I can touch my toes. I might go to the beach. So I want you to try making a sentence using those modal verbs.
Yes, I could study more English
Mhm.
at night. Uh, I should be more patient, and I must be. No, we all must be more friendly.
Nice. You even hit the topic. And the last one, on the day of the test, this is tip number three: make sure you listen to the questions carefully before you answer. And number two is critical. If you are unsure about what to answer, you can ask the examiner to repeat or clarify the question. Because if you don't understand the question, you're going to go off on a rabbit trail and answer not directly. Be confident, relaxed, do your best. So it's your turn. Try answering this question using all of those techniques. Remember, if you don't understand the question, ask me to repeat it or to clarify it. Do your friends have a great influence on you?
Yes, they have. I couldn't imagine how to be without them because um, there are there are a phrase that tells the five people that you have relationships is determined for your behavior. So I keep close to me people who have something to add in my abilities and my social skills, like to be more a good citizen or maybe to learn new things like my friend who are help me with the French. So I keep close friends who help me to grow up, and I try to help them as in the same way.
Mhm. Nice. Very well done. So you expanded your answer. You used above average vocabulary. You sounded confident. You look relaxed. Yeah, good. I didn't
I'm
say what you
prepared to go
feel
to
like.
US.
So here we go. More practice. Where are some places that you can meet people? How about online?
Interesting question. Uh, I I'm from a small town, so we don't have many places to go. But I have friends who have countryside farms, farms in the countryside. So sometimes we go there and spend some times riding horses or do something like that, or just enjoy the nature. Uh, but also we have church here in my city, and I go there with some friends, same friends. We are religious, and online only with WhatsApp or Instagram. I don't use Instagram a lot, but that's it.
Hmm. Well done. Well said. Do you have a lot of friends? How often do you see them?
I don't have a lot. I can count on five or six with the closest to me, but the best one are only two. And uh, once a week, once a month, I don't know, every 2 months. It's not too frequently. Uh, that's it.
So if you want to impress your examiner, you could use a phrase like, I can count on one hand how many friends I have.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
count on one hand.
yeah,
Thank you.
something like that.
Very interesting.
Is there anything special about your online friends? How close are you to each other?
Um, Actually, my friends are not just online friends. I can meet with them. Actually, for the first time, I meet with them in person. Um, Three of them was on a time which we didn't use it, cell phones or online
That was a long
things.
time ago.
I'm 23, so I have friends. 15 years of friendship or 10 years of friendship. So it was a little different time. But I'm very close with my friends I
Mhm.
have.
Okay.
Three of them was aware. I always
Was or
confuse this.
were? Which one?
Three of
Three. You have to agree with three, not the prepositional phrase, but the subject. The subject is three.
so were. Three
Three
of them
were.
were.
You got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
three of them were. I said was.
Mhm. That's what I heard, but I may have heard
I don't remember.
incorrectly. Yeah, it's
Three
okay.
of them were.
It's good to remember anyway. Okay, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. So here are some sample answers. Where are some places that you can meet people? How about online? Please read this. This is a 7.5 to 8 answer.
Okay, I believe the best place to meet people is in a group where you can meet someone that you find a lot in common. Meeting online is another option. There are many apps where people can meet, but miscommunication in online meetings is one of the obstacles.
So what did this answer do well? And is it similar to yours?
It's clear, it's directly, and we have lots of vocabulary here.
Hmm.
And yes, and it's a little defensive. There's, I think, a person who is an A or B have difficult to do it, but it's very beautiful to see it.
Hmm. Hmm. And they used an advanced grammar form in that first sentence,
Yes,
where you can meet. Yeah, good. Do you have a lot of friends? How often do you see them?
actually, I have a few friends. We see each other as often as we can. We join each other's company, which more we live very close to each other, so it's easy for us to meet up.
See, I would not give that a 7.5. I would probably give that a 6.5 or a 7. Um,
Yes,
it's
it's a
not,
little more simple.
yeah, it's much simpler. Yeah. Oh, they answered the question. Complete sentences, good grammar, all of this, but it could have been a little bit more expanded, I think.
Yeah.
Is there anything special about your online friends? How close are you to each other?
Yes, absolutely. Since we are in different countries, it's a good opportunity for us to learn about different cultures, language, foods, and customs. We get along really well. I believe it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
So you like this one, right?
Yes,
How is it
we
different
can.
from
You
yours?
can use the intonation,
Yeah.
like expression, your feelings.
Mhm. Mhm. And you can hear the strength in the answer. Yes, absolutely. It's very strong.
Yeah,
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 it's good.
confidence.
Mhm. So, That is part one. Let's practice some idioms. Mary is my best friend. I know her inside out. Can you make a sentence using know someone inside out?
Okay, nowadays it's very difficult to know someone inside out because they use a lot social media and they are only showing uh, what they want people see, like
Yeah.
what is really happening. So it's
Hmm.
very difficult to know someone inside out.
Yeah. Relationships have become very shallow.
Yeah,
Unless it's one of your childhood friends or an old classmate or something who knows you personally and knows you well, it seems to me that relationships are shallow.
yeah, that's right.
Okay,
I agree with
peas,
this.
two peas in a pod. Do you know that one? Two peas in a pod.
I think I heard this before, but not a few time ago. But if I saw without the the meaning, I would get up.
They're very similar to each other.
Yes, and this tends to
I'm
be
sorry,
the
I just want this to stick with you, so I'm using a picture here. So you can kind of understand what it means. And it doesn't have to be love. It can be just two really good friends who get along
yeah,
really well.
two peas in a pod. Very interesting this one.
Hmm.
So the last one build bridges.
Hmm.
I think by the context we can understand it. Sorry about the noisy
That's okay. I can hardly hear it. That's fine.
people. People like to ride motorcycle
Hmm.
doing sound out
I
loud.
used to live in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, where 99% of drivers were on motorcycles and 1% were in cars.
Did you like this?
I got used to it.
I
Yeah, I
prefer
got used to it.
I read a car. I don't
Hmm.
know why. It's
Yeah.
comfortable and
It
free.
was after I got in an accident on one of their motorbikes, I felt like I wanted to be in a car that I would be safer. But this is how it was the taxi service back then. This is the middle of the 90s. This is a long time ago. Maybe they still use them. I don't know. But that was
Uh,
taxi service. So if I wanted to go to the market, I would have, a bag of food on each side. There was
yeah,
nowhere to hold on. I sat on the back and the driver was in the front. So, and
yeah,
women had to sit side saddled. We could not
yeah,
straddle the seat. We had to sit on the
yeah.
side. So it's
It's very
very
common here.
unbalanced. And you go around the corners, like, whoa, this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not balanced.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, it's very common here. It's very
Yeah,
common here,
yeah.
especially the
And on
religious people.
highways, they like to go fast. Yeah. So one day I was riding on the back of a motorcycle coming back from the market, and lots of motorcycles were coming this way. And one of them came too close. He hit my foot. He spun me off. I fell onto the highway, and I should have been run over, technically. I believe that there was an angel protecting me because there were so many
Yes.
cars and motorcycles behind me and so many coming at me. I was in the middle of the road and nobody hit me. I did break my foot and I was on crutches for 3 months,
Really?
but I was alive. It could have been much, much, much worse. So now when I
Yes.
think of motorcycles, I think, maybe not the safest way to travel.
What a story.
Yeah, yeah. It was more interesting because when I went to the doctor in Cambodia, he didn't speak any English.
Wow.
He was from France, so he spoke French, and I didn't speak any French. So we were trying to communicate with sign language. And finally, he told me that he was sending my x rays to Bangkok because there was no radiologist in Cambodia to read the x rays.
God.
No radiologist. So I had to wait 1 week with a broken foot to
No way.
know. So I had no cast on my foot. I was just like walking around in pain wondering, what happened, what happened, what happened. And then finally I got the results back, and finally he put a cast on me. And then finally I was on crutches, and oh my goodness, talk about pain. But it's over. Now I have
What a
no problem.
trauma.
Yeah, yeah. The trauma was the language. I couldn't understand him, and he couldn't understand me. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
hmm
Wow.
Anyway, so building bridges. Can you guess what that means? To promote friendly relationships. Think about between governments or
And
between
create connection.
schools. Yeah, yeah. To create a
And
connection
create
between
connection.
schools, like maybe rival high schools. Usually they're
What is a
fighting,
common?
or yeah. hmm
A common ground, like they said.
Finding common ground. Yep, yep. So
Yes.
let's try to build bridges between the United States and Brazil, for example.
Yes.
hmm Okay, and these words are often confused. Can you explain the differences and or give an example? Canvas and canvas, one is with one S, one is has two S's, and then coral and coral, one has an H, one has no H. What's the difference?
I'll try by the context. When she said she likes to paint on canvas, it's like the place that she used it, the things to create it,
Yep.
the on, because
hmm
it's suffice. It's like that
Surface. Surface. Uh-huh.
surface.
Uh-huh.
The new major is going door to canvas the vote. I like to convince, to try to get the vote, to
Yes.
persuade.
Campaign, persuade, excellent. Yes.
Yeah,
hmm
by the context, we learn lots of things.
Sure. Yeah. And that's how you're going to do well on your test.
Yes, I hope so.
Especially if you do TOEFL. If you take a TOEFL, a lot of it is just by context.
I might try it, this one,
Yeah.
rather
It's
than
worth it.
IELTS.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they both have their advantages and disadvantages, but if you're doing TOEFL, just keep in mind that you can do a lot by context. You can also do a lot on the vocabulary by not synonyms, prefixes and suffixes.
Yeah,
Knowing the beginnings and endings and what they mean, you kind of guess what the words mean because they use very high level vocabulary, extremely advanced. And you're
interesting.
not going to learn that many words. You can't. There's no way. So, but you can
Yeah.
guess what they mean by context and prefixes and suffixes. That's TOEFL.
hmm
Okay, getting back here. Coral and coral.
Uh, wow. I went snorkeling
hmm Yep.
in a coral reef.
Think
The- the-
Australia. Think swimming
Oh,
underwater.
yes. Yeah. It's like we have to protect them because I don't know with the plastic other things. Uh,
hmm
and the other one is the music.
Right
You write in
on.
the paper and
hmm
you
And
write
it's for
song.
singing. Choral is
Yeah,
singing, like
we,
choir
we,
and chorus.
we saw lots on Christmas.
I'm sorry, say that again.
We saw lots on Christmas.
Christmas, yes, choral music for Christmas. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
especially Handel's Messiah, my favorite choral music. Hallelujah. Okay, so extra practice for part one. And here we
Okay.
go. Should children grow up in the city or the countryside?
I would love to grow up in the countryside, but I didn't have the opportunity. And in the city, you have more opportunities for them, like school and jobs in the future. But nowadays, it's more easy on countryside to have the access because of the internet and online things. That helps a lot. But I think the countryside, they have more opportunity to ex- to do different things and take adventures and other things. I
hmm
I think this way.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
city, it's more closer inside the house and it's different.
But you think about
We
in
don't
the
have
city, there are also more interesting things to do, like going to a museum, to the library. There are places that kids can go.
that. That's the thing because here in Brazil it's different because we don't have a lot, even in the
Oh,
big cities.
even in the
So
cities.
yes, so it's a problem
hmm
for them.
So it's just like computer cafes and shopping and
Yes,
boring stuff.
yeah, yes.
Okay, now you could have used some advanced grammar in your first sentence, and I'm not sure that I even got it right myself, but it would be something like, I would love to have grown up in the countryside.
I'm not too bad. Uh,
I would love to have grown up in the countryside. But it's okay. I'm not focusing on it. I'm just saying that there are other ways to say things. And make sure that you say in the countryside and not on the countryside.
in the countryside,
In
because the
in
place
the countryside.
I
Hmm.
was confused. It's a place like imagine a border.
Ah, yeah, yeah. So that would make sense to say on.
You're decided.
Hmm. Yeah, in. Do
It's
you
not
have a
an
daily routine? Oh, go ahead.
no on the
No.
surface on on the surface.
On. Yes, on. On has a surface. Countryside does not have a surface.
Yeah,
Do you have a daily routine?
no. Every day I try to do different things, so I don't have a daily routine. But of course, sometimes you have to adapt on something like if you study for a test or something like that. You need to have a daily routine to practice and to be more directly on your goal. So you have to be consistent in
Hmm.
that practice.
Good use. Good use of vocabulary. Do you think women like flowers more than men? Interesting question.
Very interesting indeed. I I think yes. I don't know. I don't know why, but I think yes because um, it's not common here for women to give to the men.
Hmm.
It's the opposite. So it's like something cultural. I don't know if in other places different in other countries, but it's something like established. If it's established, they accept like that, and it's a demonstrator of affection. So
Yeah, it's just a cultural norm.
yes,
A
cultural.
cultural norm. But I'm thinking, does that answer the question? Do men like flowers?
Yes, I think women like more than men.
Hmm. Can you give an example or something to expand that?
They the women expect and special dates like uh, engagement. Uh,
Or
it,
tomorrow, Valentine's Day?
yes, Valentine's Day, and
Mm.
that the man gave to her with flowers and other things like chocolates or something.
Mhm. And
Uh,
is this because men don't like flowers?
yes, I think it's because it was established that there's a the whole that the men have the the obligation. I don't know.
Obligation, a good
It,
word, yes.
it's the men that have to be the one who have the initiative
Hmm.
to be the
Excellent,
first one.
excellent, excellent, excellent. So overall, I only have 25 seconds left. I'm not going to go back to the chart, but overall, I'd probably put you between a 7.5 and an 8. You did really well on most of your answers. You sound confident. You expanded your answers. You consistently used more advanced vocabulary words. You threw in a few little idioms and phrasal verbs here and there, probably not even knowing that's what you're doing. Good job.
Thank you. See you next week.
See you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.